Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. And I am continuing to use this newer printable that I modified from the HB90 planner. I am still struggling and moving a few things around to make it look better and function better, but the only way that I can figure that out is by actually using it, so I'm bringing you along for the journey. So it is the week of October 7th, and it's week 40 out of 52 for the year, which is just crazy to me. I am going to use this apple theme. I will link the Etsy shop down below that I got them from. And then I am just using this red and white chevron pattern washi tape to go along with those apple stickers. And I also decided that I would just print out 6 larger apple baskets. And even though there was a variety of stickers from this particular download, I really did just want to focus on these baskets of apples. And then I was going to bring in a little bit more red with this chevron washi tape. I did put it on my paper trimmer and cut it in half-ish so that I could use a smaller piece up towards the top of the spread. And I feel like this is a great way to stretch the use of your washi tape is by trimming it in half or ripping it in half. And that way you have a wider washi tape and a thinner washi tape in one. And if you're like me, I have some wider washi tapes that I just really like, but I don't always have an opportunity to use those wider ones. So if I can rip them down or cut them down so that I can use them, that's definitely a bonus for me. So the weekly spread may be where I struggle a little bit with only having these bigger images. I really do try to save as much of the planning area as possible for actual functional planning. So this sidebar is just where I'm making a list of all the random things that I need to complete throughout the week, and then each day I will pick those items that I can get to, but that way they don't fall through the cracks. So I'm a little stuck on what I'm going to do on the right side of the spread. So I'll just go ahead and start dropping in my calendar items for the week. It is homecoming week, so we have a lot of special things going on. Wednesday, we do have a homecoming parade, and Saturday is the homecoming dance. Of course, Friday will be the homecoming football game, which I'm guessing my kids will go to, even though they're not big football fans. But I will go ahead and drop in those events that I know are happening. My son was supposed to have a game on Monday, but I think it's canceled. We will have to see if other things get shifted around for soccer this week. But on Monday, I only have a couple of meetings. I will be working at home on Monday, thankfully. And then I think it's the last launch live with Mel Robbins. And for the cost of it, it has not been my favorite. I don't know if you call it professional development or personal growth or what have you, but it has not been my favorite. Tuesday, I have a couple meetings again. My son has soccer training as well as a JV soccer game, which is away. So I'm just going to have to figure out what of those he is supposed to go to. And if he is going to the JV game, I will go watch. Wednesday, I will be working at home again, just due to everything that's going on. My daughter will start out the morning with an orthodontist appointment. I do have a meeting, but that is an online meeting, so that's fine. And then both my son and I have hair appointments on Wednesday. And then I have a contractor coming to look at the back door. And then there's a homecoming parade and a bonfire. And of course, don't forget to squeeze a little bit of soccer training in there as well. But it is going to be a bit of a busy evening and a lot of traffic in our little town. So I am writing this from my Google Calendar. I do keep my Google Calendar as up to date as possible, and then it is shared across the entire family so everyone knows where they need to be when. My husband can also look at the calendar in case he doesn't know where a kid is and know where they are supposed to be as well. So that has been helpful, especially since my son is now driving himself places. And then I will move over to the second half of the week. And the second half of the week seems like it is going to be easier, but I know that it's not going to be. Thursday, I do have a car appointment in the morning. I have someone picking me up and taking me to work, and then hopefully will bring me back to my car at lunchtime. And the only other thing on Thursday is that it is senior night for boys soccer. And my son's only a junior, but I do want to be there for all the senior festivities. And I'll say this very quietly, but I'm a little shocked that I don't have any meetings on Thursday. I'm betting that will change, but I will definitely embrace it if I don't have any meetings on Thursday. Friday, Kenzie starts her morning off with another doctor's appointment. And then, thankfully, again, nothing is scheduled for the day. The kids will go to the homecoming game in the evening. I'm betting that there is soccer training on Friday. I'm shocked that I didn't write it in. So I'll have to go back and double check the soccer schedule for that one. And then Saturday is the homecoming dance. And as of now, they have training in the morning, but I have been hearing rumors that there may actually be a game that morning. So we'll have to see. And then homecoming is in the evening. The dance, I believe, starts at 7. That's what I wrote it in for. But 5 o'clock dinner reservations. And then prior to that, we're going to go take photos at the park. So it should be a fun evening. This is the first dance that my son has gone to, and I really like the group of friends that he has. So I'm excited for him. So I'm just going to drop in one more sticker for the homecoming game, and then I will go through and decide that I don't want to write this in erasable pen. I wanted something a little bit darker, so I will grab my Kelly Creates fine liner in 05 to rewrite these homecoming items. And again, Wednesday is the homecoming parade, well, and the bonfire, but I just wrote homecoming parade. Friday is the homecoming game, and Saturday is the homecoming dance. And there is another thing that I would like to do with these pages since I do not use a dated planner for this, and that is to either print out stickers with the month and the dates on them or to have stamps just on hand. I do have a lot of stamps, but they are behind me and they're all organized. But just to have stamps with at least the days of the week for that week so that I can stamp them. I don't love this red pen. I don't love my handwriting today. So it kind of bothers me that it ended up looking like that. But I think if I stamped it, it would make me like it better. So let's jump over to the tasks page. Again, I'm just going to use some washi tape and a basket of apples. And then I will also drop in some boxes so that I can write down the important things that are going on throughout the week. And I will rewrite the date and the week number up here. I really like looking at the week number for the year and not just the quarter so that I can kind of judge how much time I have left in the year. And it may or may not be important, but I just like to look at the year by week number. So out of 52 weeks, we're in week 40. And it is time to start thinking about my 2025 planner and how I want to plan next year. So that is very exciting, and I will definitely document my journey for next year as well. But I'm just a little surprised at how fast not only has the start of the school year gone, but really this entire year. I feel like I have gotten a lot accomplished this year, but I also feel like I haven't gotten enough accomplished. I'm sure a lot of people feel that struggle of balancing how much you really want to get done versus how much time is in the day. So I'm really liking this system because it makes me look at things a little more realistically. I would love to put 5 videos out a week, but I know looking at the time that I have throughout the day, that just isn't possible. Maybe if I didn't work 40 hours a week, and maybe if my job weren't 40 minutes away from my house, maybe if my kid wasn't playing soccer, there's a lot of what ifs, but really you have to look at the reality of the current situation and figure out how much time you actually have to spend. And I will continue to talk about that more in tomorrow's planning out of the tasks, but I just wanted to mention that today. So I'm really liking how all the pages are coming together. And now I will get back to the right-hand side of my weekly spread and get that decorated. And this is where I wish I had a few smaller stickers, such as a grouping of apples by themselves, or some apple leaves, or maybe a smaller basket, something just smaller, because on the right side of the page, there isn't a lot of non-functional space. So I think I might cut some apples out by hand and put those around the page instead. But it would have been nice if I just had a few on their own to begin with, and I didn't have to fussy cut. So I will fussy cut as many as I can without them looking cut off, I guess, if you know what I mean. I do try to grab as many of the whole apples as I can and then trim off some of the white. I can leave some of the white, but I'd like to trim it down just a little bit. And then I also am leaving the leaves where I can, just to make it more of a cohesive cluster of apples. And since I don't have a lot of options to go with, I am going to use the top of that basket on top of one of the box stickers, and then I will put that kind of off to the side. So if I need to write something, I still can, but I figure I will use that box to make a note about homecoming or maybe something that I need to remember for next week. And then I will just trim off the extra there. And somehow I did trim off too much of the box, so I will end up coming back and putting in a different box just to cover that up. Also, I wrinkled it a little bit more than I would have liked, so again, I will come in and cover that box up. That is why I do that. But I definitely would have liked just a few more lone apples or greenery or maybe a folded up blanket or something along those lines. But I think I mentioned in my last video that I need to start paying attention a little bit better when I buy stickers, making sure that it has the variety of items that I need. I did also mention that this particular sticker set came with a lot of options, but they weren't necessarily related to each other, which is why I just went with the apple theme here. I am going to tuck a little bit more washi tape around the page as well. And I am just using the washi tape that I had previously cut in half. That way it will bring in that pattern and that color a little bit more throughout the page, but it is not the full washi tape that will take up a lot of functional space. But I definitely like how this looks much better now that I have fussy cut some of those apples and spread them throughout the page. And I know it does look a little bare right now, but I will continue to write more in tomorrow when I actually go through and plan out the week. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow to plan out my tasks and my week. I hope you'll join me. Have a great day. See you in my next video. Bye.